Stress can play a big role in your cat's life. It reduces quality of life and can result in serious conditions such as cystitis. The great news though is that there are many easy steps we can take to reduce stress in cats. Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Avery from ourpetshealth.com, helping you and your cat to live a healthier, happier life. If you're wondering if your cat is stressed or what on earth they have to worry about, then make sure you check out my related video linked down below. So if you're watching this, you might be at your wit's end and becoming just as stressed as your cat. If so, calm down, take a deep breath and get stuck into my 7-point plan to get your cat back to their normal, happy self. So at 1 we have routine. Cats just love routine, and like us, they're creatures of habit. They get a great deal of reassurance from knowing when they will be fed and when they will be shut away at night and when they will get to sit on your lap for a stroke and play. If their lifestyle is hectic, then this causes anxiety. And busy modern life is often very unpredictable, but trying to be as consistent as possible can really help your cat feel calm and safe. Try and feed them at the same time every day. If you're not going to be around, then see if a neighbour, friend or another family member can pop in and feed them for you. Also be consistent with the level of interaction you have with your cat and try and let them initiate this interaction. Don't force them to sit with you on the sofa or allow strangers to pick them up for a cuddle if it's really not something that they enjoy and that happens regularly. If they are wriggling and trying to get away, then let them do that and let them be on their own. So at number 2 is how many cats you have at home. So consider how many cats you have and consider those that are already part of your family before agreeing to get another kitten. Multi-cat households are generally a source of stress no matter how well they seem to get on. The more cats, the higher level of stress. Cats are generally solitary animals, and so while they'll often tolerate others and can form relationships, we should not be fooled into thinking that they're always getting on. They might be sleeping on the same bed or on the sofa, but are they as far away from each other as possible? Do they have their backs to each other? Are they play fighting, but really one cat is growling and hissing, which is a cat's way of saying go away? They might instead sleep intertwined with each other or be frequently seen to be grooming their housemate, in which case they really are likely to be friends. We should always consider the impact of another animal being brought into the family. And if your cat is stressed, then any addition is only likely to make things worse. So this brings us nicely onto competition for resources. As well as causing stress just by being there, having more than one cat means that there will be competition for resources, and this mainly includes food, water and toilets. But you should also think about beds, toys, hiding spots, scratching posts and anything else your cat uses on a day-to-day basis. As we've already discussed, cats are generally solitary in nature, never more so than when they are eating, drinking or toileting. They really like to do these activities alone and preferably out of sight of other cats. Now if space is tight, then a covered feeding station or litter tray may make all the difference, and this means that ideally there should be one more food bowl, water bowl and litter tray than there are cats. As well as this number, they should also be placed in different locations, ideally at least 6 feet apart and in a private spot. Even this is not necessarily ideal, and to make things even better, litter tray should also be kept completely separate from a cat's food and water. No one wants to go to the toilet next to their dinner. Adding to this point is that different cats prefer different litter types. Some dislike clay-based ones that might stick to their feet. Others will stay away from anything scented. If you're finding that your cat isn't using their litter tray or seems to be holding on for a long time, then consider simply switching the type of litter that you use. You should also regularly clean their trays, and once one cat has been to the toilet, it's really unlikely to be used again by another cat unless really out of absolute necessity. So if you have 3 cats, then you should have 4 food and water stations and 4 litter trays, all placed well away from each other and potentially containing different types of litter. So as you will have guessed by now, cats live a really complex social life. You may not have seen any other cats in your garden, but your cat will definitely know who walks across their lawn and who shares their wider environment with them. Cats communicate by scent and marking, and will generally work out a system that allows them to partly share territory while at the same time avoiding having to come face to face with each other. This reduces stress and also the potential for conflict and fighting. What this means though is that if your cat does go outside, then they should be the ones who decide when and for how long. If you're forcing them to go outside, then this may coincide with the time that the big male is in the area, and this is terrifying for your cat and really a huge source of stress. So next up is the environment. As well as being complex socially, cats like a lot more than a bed on the floor and a ball to play with. They love to climb and spend time at different levels, and they also like a challenge to get to where they want to go. Now, your cat may be able to go outside and climb trees. They might spend time on the roof of your house and explore the environment. If they spend any time indoors though, allowing your cat to express these behaviours in the safety of their own home is important. So have scratching posts and cat furniture like a jungle gym, and that will really help provide mental stimulation and also improve your cat's mental well-being. It doesn't have to be huge. My cats, they love their small play tower, and both of them will still sleep together on the very top platform, even though it's becoming a little bit of a squeeze for both of them. Cats also like safe places that are quiet, comfortable and out of the way. They will choose that safe space, but you can help by moving furniture so they can maybe get up into that high spot. You could have a chair next to your wardrobe so that they can get to the top, or leave a cupboard open and let them use the top shelf as a bed. If you know your cat has a special place they like to spend time in, then make it comfortable for them and make it accessible all the time. Put a bed or blanket there and make sure your cat can get there whenever they want. So securing your house is next. Wouldn't you hate it if strangers kept coming into your house, taking your food from your fridge and using your toilet before leaving again? Well, for many of you, that might be just what your cat is experiencing. It's pretty common for me to hear from people that they have strange cats who come into their house for a feed on a regular basis. And if your cat is prone to stress, just imagine how intrusive this is and how it makes them feel. And there are a couple of different ways that you can go about securing your house. The first is to forego the cat flap and personally let your cat in and out through the door. Clear downside to this though is that either you'll become your cat's personal assistant on call 24/7, or your cat won't be able to get out or come back in when they want to. And we've already discussed why this is really important for a stressed cat. An alternative is to get a cat flap that will only allow your cat to get into the house. And there are two different types, the first being a magnetic cat door, and this works by having a magnet attached to your cat's collar, and this unlocks the door for your cat in particular. The door will stay locked for any cat who does not have a magnet. The clear downside to this is that your cat will have to wear a collar and that the magnet may pick up bits of metal. So I've never used one of these myself, but I know of many clients who have found them to work really well. So the second type of cat flap is a microchip cat door. And this works by using your cat's existing microchip, which the door then scans and will only let those cats that have already been programmed into the flap. So this means that even if a strange cat has a microchip, it won't open. Now I have one of these installed for my own cats, as we had exactly this problem of cats coming in and eating their food, and it's really been excellent. Another thing that can help if you have strange cats hanging around is having more than one entry or exit point. And this will always give your cat a different option of getting home or going out if a competing cat is near one door. So my final tip for reducing stress in your cat is the use of supplements or medications. Now broadly speaking, there are three different types. The first of these is a pheromone supplement such as Fellaway. Now this looks like a plug-in air freshener and it releases feline facial pheromone into the room. It's something that we can't spell, but your cat will be sure to notice it. And this pheromone is produced by cats when they rub their face on objects, and it's a way of marking their territory and making them feel at home. The more there is, the safer they feel, which is why this addition can really be a great source of comfort to your cat. Next, we have a large range of herbal supplements, which typically come as powders or liquids and can be added to your cat's food. These are most often well accepted and can really help, although it does vary between cats. Some will also cause a bit of sedation, and with anything given orally, there is always the chance that they'll either not take it or it will cause a stomach upset. I'll leave a link in the description to some of these products down below. Our final group is pharmaceutical drug intervention. Now these are typically reserved for cats that are showing really extreme signs of stress or stress-related disease that haven't benefited from the other changes that I've discussed. Now this is definitely something that you need to discuss with your vet, and it's a good idea to chat to your vet anyway if you have a stressed cat, because they'll be able to advise you on supplements and other things that might be more appropriate for your individual cat. Implementing some or all of these strategies will likely have a huge impact on your cat's stress levels, well-being and quality of life. It will also help prevent related problems, which can really have significant associated costs and quality of life implications. Do you have any other tips that have really helped your cat feel more relaxed? Please leave me a comment down below, I'd really love to read them. Also, if it's your first time, remember to subscribe, and until next time, I'm Dr. Alex from Our Pets Health, because they're family.